What's going on, all my toy collectors and Batman fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox. And today we're going to be taking a look at one of the grails I have here in the Cave of Wonders. We're going to be taking a look at the 1995 Batman Forever Batcave by Kenner. Now, starting off with the front of the box, this thing is huge. I've already measured it out for you guys. It's 32 inches long by 18 inches tall by 18 inches in depth. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need if you want to display this bad boy in the box. And if you think that's big, wait till I pull it out and put the cave together. The size of it makes this box look like a Matchbox car. Now, starting off with the front of the box, you can see a display of the Batcave right here and a size comparison of how big it is with this kid right here. You can see that infamous Batman Forever logo. Let's go ahead and turn it around and you guys can see some of the features before I pull it out and start putting it together, okay? Now, on the back of the box, you guys can see a clear image of just what this Batcave looks like and how big it is. As you can see, it has 3 different levels to it. One level for the Batmobile to pull in, one level with trap compartments in case villains break in, and one level with an elevator and the Bat computer and everything. And then on the side of the box, you can see all the features that this Batcave has. As you guys can see, it has an elevator, a docking station for the Batwing, a place for the Batmobile to go, different trap compartments and everything, and then a different storage solution in case you guys want to take it apart and not have it put together the whole time, because this thing takes up a lot of room with how big it is. Now let's go ahead and crack this out of the box and take a look at everything that it comes with. Alright, now these are all the pieces to that Batcave out of the box. As you can see, this Batcave is enormous, comes with a lot of parts and a lot of accessories. I actually had to bring in a whole nother table because my table just couldn't fit everything on it. Even when I put this thing together, it's going to be too big to fit on my normal display table. So I'm going to end up having to use this other table to show the whole thing all put together. But right now, this is everything that comes in the box. I'm going to pull off my camera off of the tripod and I'm going to walk around and show you guys what all the pieces look like. And then I'll start putting them together for you guys, okay? Okay, now like I said, this Batcave is really big. It has a lot of accessories. So we're going to start off on the lower left side of the table. We'll start off by taking a look at the directions real quick. This right here just shows you how everything works, where to put all the stickers at, the difference between the larger scaffold and the smaller scaffold, the rocket launcher right here, how to connect the platforms, because like I said, there's 3 different levels to this Batcave. This right here lets you know how to connect everything. You guys can pause this if you want to read up on anything. I'm actually going to put it together for you guys and show you. Yeah, right there, let you know how to connect the different steps. There's 2 different steps. One's going to be a little bit smaller than the other. Like I said, it's because there's 3 different levels to this thing. How to hook up the zip line right there. Take a look at the back. How to fit the Batman at his computer. How to work the elevator. Then right here's how to work that trap door in case villains break in. How to drive up the Batmobile. This is how you hook the Batwing to its docking station, because you can also hook the Batwing to this. How to work the missile launcher. And this right here is an easy way to store everything, so that way you don't have to keep it all put together if you don't want. So that's the directions. Now right here are the stickers. Now, I actually had one of these brand new in the box and one of them that was used. That's why you'll see the stickers on the monitors over there and all the different parts that that the stickers are supposed to go on. But I actually have 2 of these. Like I said, I have one new in the box, so I just pulled this out to show you guys what the stickers look like. And yeah, that's it right there. I was blessed to find 2 of these bad boys. So, you know, I'm a lucky guy, I guess. But, yep. And then let's go ahead and take a look at this. Is the zip line, which I'll hook it up for you guys. That's what it looks like right there. And this is another one of them Kenner little catalogs that show you all the toys that are coming out. This one is from '95 because it came with this Batcave playset. And you can see all the other Batman Forever vehicles and action figures and stuff like that. Here's the Batcave we're going to be looking at right there. Some Legends of Batman stuff. Let's see. This is the animated series. This right here is the Crime Squad Batman. And yeah, it has a lot of stuff. This is G.I. Joe, back when Kenner had the license. VR Troopers. Who remembers VR Troopers before Power Rangers? This was amazing. I remember VR Troopers. It didn't last very long. But yeah, yep. And that's Waterworld. I'll go through this real quick for you guys. Star Wars stuff. Some gargoyles. Yep, Congo, if you guys remember that Congo movie with that monkey that could talk, and they went to go get diamonds, some laser diamonds or something. The Mask with Jim Carrey. Some Mortal Kombat. And some Tonka stuff. Yep, and Nerf, yep. So, that's that. Now this is what that Bat computer looks like with all the stickers on it. Like I said, this was the used one I had, so I didn't put these stickers on, but this is where they're all supposed to go. And you can see the Riddler and Two-Face. These are the two villains in that Batman Forever movie. Has two different steps that go up to different parts. Like I said, 3 different layers to this Batcave. It had a little trap door. This right here is that missile launcher right here. And then that's the rocket that shoots out of it. That right there is the Bat computer. And I'm going to show you guys how this all hooks up in a second. A cool little archway right there that just shows the bat symbol on it. But this is like an archway when Batman's walking up. And yeah. And now I'm going to pop this off real quick and show you some of the other stuff. All right, guys? Okay, now these are some other pieces that come to this Batcave. This right here is that middle section of it. Ends up holding that little trap right there with the spikes on it. This right here is the third part, the third level that holds the Bat computer. This right here is the first level that holds the Batmobile. This right here is part of that second level. You just put this piece down here that I just showed you. You end up putting that on there. This right there is those 2 scaffoldings to this Batcave. One's bigger and one's smaller. And yeah, and let's go ahead and I'm going to show you guys little by little how to put this thing together. It's a really big, so I'm going to have to step in and show you guys how to do it, all right? All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to start with the third tier to this Batcave, the tallest part. And as you can see right here that it's wide open. This right here is the elevator area. This is the piece that you want to use. There's 2 different pieces. You want to grab the one that has a circle in it right there because it goes right here and then the elevator slides down in there. As you guys can see, it has 3 different little notches right here, and that hooks into these 3 little spots. So you just line them up like this. Boom. It doesn't snap in or anything like that. It just kind of slides right in there. So you can easily pop it right back off if you guys want. But that right there is how you hook up that. Now, like I said earlier, this thing comes with 2 different scaffolding pieces. One's bigger and one's smaller. You want to grab the smaller one. Has these 2 little hooks right here on the back. As you guys can see, the big one doesn't have those hooks. So you want to grab the smaller scaffold. And it has these 4 little notches right here. You want to hook those notches right into here, just like this. There's 4 of them. There's 2 right here, but that's not meant for these. You want to hook them into these 4 front ones right there. And you just push it down and they sit right in there. You're not going to hear any kind of snapping noises or nothing. They're just going to sit right down in there. And this right here is where you guys grab the Bat computer right here. As you can see, it has 2 different little look like crosses right there. You're going to slide those in right here into this smaller scaffolding. Just like this. Like I said, you're not going to hear any kind of clicking. It just slides into place. Now taking a look at Batman's chair right here. His little bat throne. You can see the little stickers right there. This has a little peg right here. And it just slides in that little hole. And that's it. And it can rotate around if you need it to. So Batman can look any way he wants in the Batcave. Now this right here is a piece of the elevator right here. It ends up connecting right through this opening right here. Now what you do is, I guess you could put like one figure right here on these little pegs. You could put like Bruce Wayne and then put Batman in his suit right here. And then when you pull it up, he'll be up here inside of his bat suit. Or if you push it down, he'll be walking out, you know, inside of a regular suit. But what I do is I use the lower level for the bat boat from the Batman Forever movie. But yep, you just connect this in here, push it down, and that's what it looks like. Put the figure there, and it pops up. You can see a little opening right here. So that's how you work the elevator right there. Okay, now this right here is the middle piece to that Batcave. You just want to take this piece right here. And you see it has a little hole right there in the middle. And you want to make sure you line it up with these little grooves that you see right here. There's 4 of them all the way around. And there's 4 openings right here. You want to make sure you line those up and then slide this on top. Just like that. Right here, is kind of like a little trap door. You can hook a figure in there. They call it, they want you to put Robin in there and then show Robin like rising from the Batcave, basically, kind of like you did in the movie. But I end up just sometimes using it as storage right here. But that's for that piece right there. And it has these little notches right here on the end, and you just hook those in there. And it just closes just like that. Then if you want to pull it up, you can put a Robin figure right there. And then that way he can look like he's rising, you know, from the Batcave, basically. So, and that's right there how that goes. But I just use it for storage. Now this right here is like a little trap spikes, basically, in case a villain ends up entering. This right here, as you can see, just slides through this little hole, just like that. And you guys can rotate it whatever way you want. It's supposed to kind of go like this. And then basically, if a villain's walking across, he just pushes down and grabs. But right here on the bottom, you guys can see a little lever. If you pull that little lever, it ends up closing, just like that. So, you know, let's say Two-Face is walking by, you just, you know, spike him up and kill him, basically. But yeah, that's how that works. Okay, now this is how you connect that little archway right here. This is what it looks like. It has two little notches just like everything else, and it just slides right here through these two little holes. And you want to make sure it's facing away. You don't want it facing that way. You want it facing with the bat signal facing out. Like I said, nothing on here really snaps into place. It just slides right in there just like that. So that's how it's going to look, just like that, facing out. Then you see two little holes right here. Those holes are for the steps. Now there's two sets of steps. One's going to be longer than the other one. You want the smaller one that hooks to the third layer to the middle layer right here. And it has these little notches right there on each end. And you want this bigger platform piece, not the smaller one. You want this bigger platform piece to hook right inside of here. Then it hooks right in there. And that's how you connect the third tier to the middle tier right there, just through them little steps. That way the figures can basically walk up, you know, to the Batman computer right there. Okay, now this is how you hook up that bigger scaffolding. Like I said, this is the bigger one. Has a little lip right here. As you guys can see right there, has a little lip. It basically connects right underneath here. So you kind of just lift this up. And it snaps right on there, just like that. And that's how I end up looking. I'm going to move this camera around for you guys. That's how it ends up looking right there. Like I said, it really doesn't like connect. You won't hear any kind of snapping, but it just hooks on there just like that. And like I said, that's the bigger one. The smaller one is up that way. Okay, now this is that bottom layer right here where the Batmobile actually pulls in at. This is where your Batmobile will dock at right here. And it has this little computer station right here. Basically, like if the Batmobile ends up needing any kind of diagnostics or anything like that, that's right here what this is for. It has these two little notches right here on the bottom of it. And you just connect that right here to these two little pieces. It's a little tough. You kind of got to bend it. You don't want to break it, but you kind of got to wiggle it in there and then fit those in there. So give me 1 second and I'll do that real quick, all right? Okay, now this is what it looks like right here. With that little computer hooked up right there where the Batmobile is supposed to go, it hooks in there. This whole piece right here can rotate around. So when the Batmobile pulls onto it, you can pick it up and rotate it all the way around. Now you see these two little holes right here? Those little two holes are where the other steps end up fitting at. Remember I told you there were some bigger steps? That's them right there. Has the same little notches that the little steps had. And you just connect them into each other just like that. The two little notches hook up right up here and the two other little notches hook down there. And that way, when the Batmobile pulls up, Batman can walk up to the next level and then walk up to the third level right there. Okay, now this little platform right here is basically where the rocket launcher ends up hooking to. And then it has little pegs right here where Batman, you can fit your little Batman or Robin figure right there. And then he could be looking out of the Batcave basically with the gun to make sure nobody ends up entering. Now there's a little hole right here at the top. It ends up fitting right here. If you guys can see that, right on the front. Just push it down, it ends up sitting in there. And it really doesn't rotate too much. It kind of wiggles a little bit, but it don't rotate too much. Like I said, this is meant to hold this rocket launcher right here. That's what it's meant to hold, and it'll just clip on the top of there. And this is the missile right here that it ends up shooting out. You just slide that in there, and then you push this little button right here, and it ends up shooting out. It don't shoot very far because this spring is kind of old right here. But yeah, it basically just slides in there just like that. Now it has these little notches right here on the bottom of it. Those notches hook right here on the top of this. Just like that. And it has little handles that Batman can hold, which I'll show you what he looks like once I put a Batman on there. And then he could, like, you know, aim around in case anybody kind of enters the Batcave that's not supposed to, all right? Okay, now this right here is that zip line. You can see it has two of the same exact ends. Has a little clip right here that ends up hooking on right here on the back of there. And then it has another clip that hooks way up there to the top of the Batcave up there on that third tier up there, okay? So one end ends up hooking on right here. You just snap that on. Then the other end ends up hooking up here. Now, there's also this little piece right here that ends up hooking into an action figure's hand. You just slide an action figure's hand right in there, and this is what works that zip line that he'll slide back and forth across. Here's how you connect that other piece. Just like that. And as you guys can see, the zip line is really loose right now. You just roll it around this and tighten it up. Okay, now this right here is that Batcave all put together. And as you can see, this thing is enormous. I measured it all the way from the back there, all the way to the front. It's 68 inches long by 19 inches wide at the widest part, which is this scaffolding right here. So it's 19 inches wide by the tallest scaffolding up there is 35 inches tall. So 68 long, 35 inches tall by 19 inches wide. So, man, yeah, this thing is huge, man. This thing is really big. But this is how they want you to display it. Now, I actually don't display it like this. I display it another way, and I'll show you what that looks like in 1 second, okay? But I just want to let you guys just see just how massive this thing is. To me, this is by far one of the coolest play sets they ever made. I got the Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull, and I got a bunch of other play sets. I think the only thing that would rival this, in my opinion, is probably the old Masters of the Universe Eternia play set, and that came out before this did in the 80s. But yeah, this right here is one of the coolest Batcaves they ever made. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. First, I'm going to rearrange it the way that I actually display it, but then I'm going to show you what it looks like with the Batmobile, the Batboat, and the Batwing from Batman Forever, all right? Okay, now this right here is how I display this Batcave, how I end up putting it together. Instead of having this last lower platform right here coming off of there like it's supposed to, I end up hooking it right to the side. You don't have to even snap this little scaffolding piece on. You just stand it up, and then the ladder just hooks right onto there. So it just gives it kind of an L shape. It gives it a little more playability rather than it just being long, because like I said, it's 68 inches long, and I don't have any kind of shelf space that's going to be able to fit that. But this is how it looks the way that I normally display it right here. Now let me show you how it looks with the Batmobile and the Batwing and the Batboat hooked onto it, okay? Okay, now this right here is how that Batmobile looks from Batman Forever. It just slides right onto that little ramp right here, and then it goes in there. And this whole little piece right here can pick up and actually rotate all the way around. And then you could, that way the Batmobile doesn't have to back out. It can pull out. And I'll show you what that does in a second. Right here is where I put the Batboat. And I show Robin coming down that elevator right there, because in the movie, he was the one driving the Batboat right there. And then right on the back, right up here on this third tier, this right here is where you put that Batman Forever Batwing. And it just hooks on to these little pieces right here. And then the wings go into these little tiny circles right here. I think I showed you those right when I was hooking on this piece right here. But yep, and then when you want to pop it off, you just lift it up. And it pops right off of there. You see those little latches right there? That's where that goes. Just hooks right into there, just like that. Just like that, yep. And that's how it looks. Let me back up real quick and show you guys. Yep, it hooks right on the back. And yeah, that right there. Like I said, this is just how I display it. You don't have to display it like that. If you guys ever get your hand on one of these, you can put it right over there like it says to do in the instructions and on the box. But I just feel like it gives it a lot more room in order to put it in more of an L shape like this. So, and this right here is how that Batman looks on the top up there, holding that missile. Like I said, you just hit that button right back there and then he ends up shooting that. And then this right here is that little trap area. Normally you can hook a figure right in here. You can hook Robin right inside there, or you can hook up anybody. You can put Batman in there and then just drop him down there. But I actually use this for weapon storage myself. And then this right here, you can see it has little pegs right here in different spots in order to hook your figures right through the little peg holes on the bottom. That way they stand better. But what you can do is you can put a figure right there. And then right underneath here is that little lever right there. If you guys can see it, you grab that and then, you know, grip them up right there. That's what them little spikes do. So yeah, you pull it up and drop it down. And that's what that does. Now if you guys come over here, up on this third tier, you guys can see Batman right here sitting at his little chair. Like I said, that chair can rotate all the way around. And then you can just put him, you know, looking at the screen, looking at his monitors again. Okay, now as you can see, that's Batman. I have his hand hooked to that little grappling thing right there. That way he can swing down this zip line right here. Just let him go and he ends up just flying right down there. Now this right here is how you rotate this little Batmobile platform. Just lift it up. And it rotates around just like that. And now he can just pull right back out just like that. Okay, so now you guys see how all these vehicles fit on this Batcave. Like I said, these are all the Batman Forever vehicles, and this is the Batman Forever Batcave that they're supposed to go with. But let's see how some other Batmobiles and stuff end up fitting with this Batcave, okay? Okay, now here's this Batcave with some figures and vehicles from the Batman the Animated Series. You can see that's that Batmobile. Fits on there just fine. The Batwing actually doesn't fit, or Batplane, it doesn't fit back there due to the pieces on the bottom of this right here. So I ended up just using this platform right here. As you can see, there's my boy Alfred right there. And my boy Bruce without his costume on. Yep, let's check out some other ones. Okay, now here's that new Spin Master the Flash Batmobile. It fits on there just fine. That right there is that Ben Affleck's bike right there from the Flash movie. And this is how those 4-inch figures end up fitting on there. Ends up holding that Spin Master Batwing just fine right here. Or you guys can take it off and end up sitting it right there on top of there. Let's check out some other ones. Right here's that new Crusader Batmobile that Spin Master just released. I just did a review on this last week, but this is how it fits in there. Okay, now here it is with the Batman Returns and Batman the Dark Knight Collection Batmobile from Kenner. See, it fits in there just fine. Got the Bat ski boat right there. I like to use that little area, like I said, as like a little boating station. I end up putting the Batwing right there just because it doesn't fit on the back. So, right there's how it looks. This is how the Kenner figures fit on there right there. They fit perfectly fine inside this little chair right here at the computer. All right, now here's the tumbler from Batman the Dark Knight. And as you can see, it's just too big. It's just too wide right here. It doesn't really fit on there. It fits the same way lengthwise, but as far as width, it doesn't really fit. This right here is the Bat right there. And it fits just fine. I have it sitting on a little stand right there. But that's how it looks right there. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that look today at the Batman Forever Batcave. Like I said, this is a huge play set. It takes up a lot of real estate down here. I only pull this out the box and display it for maybe a month. Then I put it right back in the box and put it right back in storage because I just don't have the room in order to display something like this all the time. Because as you can see, it takes up 2 tables. But I hope you guys got all the information that you needed about this thing. Like I said, I didn't have this playset growing up when I was little. So being an adult and being able to find it, I actually found 2 of them. It was an amazing feeling to be able to add this to my collection. Because ever since I seen it inside that Kenner catalog, I always wanted it. I just never came across it. And if I did, I'm sure my parents weren't paying $70 to $100 for it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the comparisons of the different vehicles. I'm sure there's a lot more Batmobiles and Batwings and Batbikes and Batboats that would fit on here, but it would have took me all day doing a comparison on that. Just know that it does fit a lot of different vehicles on here, and there's a lot of playability with this Batcave. Like I said, This by far is one of the coolest Batcave I've ever seen any toy company make. It will go down in history as one of the grails in my cave down here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments if you guys had this Batcave or if you always wanted it. All right, till next time, guys. Stay cool.